Dr. Joseph, a junior doctor who qualified in 2017, was convicted on 6 September 2021 at Lewis Crown Court of doing acts intended to pervert the course of public justice. The allegations relate to Dr. Joseph's actions toward his former friend, whom he became infatuated with and prevented from forming other relationships by sabotaging them, making false reports to the police, signing an untrue statement, and falsifying exhibits. Dr. Joseph framed another man, Mr. C, and his plan was relatively sophisticated. Mr. C was arrested and held in police custody overnight. Dr. Joseph was sentenced to 15 months imprisonment on 18 October 2021 and released from prison on 10 February 2022, after serving nearly 4 months. The allegations against him were admitted and found proved. The evidence includes statements, a certificate of conviction, a probation pre-sentencing report, and Crown Court transcripts. On behalf of the GMC, the counsel submitted that Dr. Joseph's conviction involved serious dishonesty, fundamentally undermining public confidence in the profession. He argued that impairment is necessary to uphold public confidence and maintain standards. On behalf of Dr. Joseph, the counsel conceded impairment and urged the tribunal to consider that the offending occurred entirely within the context of Dr. Joseph's private life. Dr. Joseph accepts the facts as set out by the GMC, acknowledges the harm caused to his victims, and expresses remorse. He was sentenced to 15 months imprisonment, served 4 months, and was released on an electronic tag until June 2022. Dr. Joseph has provided evidence of remediation and reflection on his actions, acknowledging the impact on his victims, and expressing remorse. However, the tribunal noted that the seriousness of the offense and the imposition of a custodial sentence would affect public confidence in Dr. Joseph and the medical profession. The tribunal found that Dr. Joseph's fitness to practice is currently impaired by reason of his conviction, and a finding of current impairment is necessary to maintain public confidence in the medical profession and to promote proper professional standards and conduct. The tribunal has considered the evidence presented during the earlier stages of the hearing and Dr. Joseph's oral evidence at the sanction stage. Dr. Joseph stated that he has matured and has found ways to manage his emotions and have better relationships since the offending. He is in a stable relationship and has an open and honest relationship with his family. He has become more independent since being in prison and has regularly traveled solo. Dr. Joseph has informed employers, supervisors, and the GMC of the criminal proceedings and has always been open and honest about his conviction. He is well liked amongst his colleagues and has played an integral part in welcoming foreign doctors into the NHS. He has also found a job in health insurance which allows him to stay up to date with medicine. Dr. Joseph regrets what he did and has apologized to everyone, including the victims of his offense, and has written letters expressing his apology. He has gained insight into his behavior through 15 to 16 remediation projects with the probation service and reflection work with 30. He understands the impact on the victims of his offense and is committed to minimizing any risk of him repeating similar behavior. In this case, the General Medical Council submitted that erasure is the appropriate and proportionate sanction for Dr. Joseph's actions. The GMC has referred to the sanctions guidance, November 2020 edition, and the case of Bolton v. Law Society, 1994, 1 WLR 512, which emphasizes the importance of protecting the public and upholding the reputation of the profession. The mitigating factors presented by Dr. Joseph's representative include his lack of fitness to practice issues since the conviction and his development of insight into his behavior. The aggravating factors include the nature of the conviction, the sophistication of the offense, the persistence of the dishonesty, and the effect that the dishonesty had on those involved. The representative for Dr. Joseph has argued that reflection and remediation is a gradual process and that Dr. Joseph has taken full responsibility for his actions, shown meaningful engagement with therapy and the probation service, and changed significantly since the index events. The representative has also highlighted the low risk of repetition, Dr. Joseph's personal support network, and the fact that he is a good doctor with a promising future. The representative has cited His Honor Judge Gold's sentencing remarks and Dr. Joseph's work during the pandemic as further evidence of his positive attributes. The MPTS found that Dr. Joseph's behavior was serious, persistent, and caused harm to others. The tribunal also considered aggravating and mitigating factors, such as Dr. Joseph's previous good character, expression of regret and apology, and developing insight into his conviction and related behaviors. Ultimately, the tribunal found that no action or conditions would not be appropriate, given the seriousness of the case. The tribunal noted Dr. Joseph's departure from good medical practice principles and sustained dishonest behavior over a period of months. The tribunal considered the emotional harm caused to his victims and his attempts to cover up his dishonesty by deleting mobile phone evidence. They also noted that his insight into his conduct was incomplete and that he had not fully remediated his behavior. His conviction followed a persistent and malicious web of lies, as His Honor Judge Gold described it. Ultimately, the tribunal concluded that suspension will short of upholding the overarching objective and determined that the index behavior is fundamentally incompatible to be a doctor on register. Accordingly, the tribunal decided to erase the doctor's name from the register. The tribunal also ordered an immediate order of suspension till the time erasure comes into effect.